Welcome back to my channel. You are watching The Real Manifestation Talk with your girl Dina Haynes, where I break down Abraham Hicks and Neil Goddard manifesting techniques so that you can apply them to your life. And today is Tarot Sunday. The week of the 7th of February 2021, but anytime you watch this video, the messages that resonate with you herein are meant for you at that moment. Before we get into the reading, don't forget to hit that like button. It does something to the algorithm so that other people can see this video just like you, and hit subscribe, the little bell icon, drop a comment down below. If you have a question about manifesting, I will do a video dedicated just to that question. And if you want to know about my manifesting coaching prices, I will drop a link in the video as well as down in the description where you can book an appointment with me today. So now that that's taken care of, let's get into the reading. Okay, so today I'm using this strange deck. A friend of mine gave this to me. It's from the Cartoon Network. She used to work for the Cartoon Network. These are all major arcana cards. I don't know, something just said, hey, let's pull 3 cards from this deck and see what happens. So here we go. All right, we have Judgment and Justice. 2 J's. What is going on? These are crazy looking cards, aren't they? And the Fool. All right. Let us see what is going on. This card, Judgment, has to do with beginnings. So here's a picture of the card, or a close-up of the card. And I mean, I see someone who's kind of locked behind bars in a cage, with red eyes. I mean, it just looks like they're maybe upset. Maybe someone who is upset about the way things went. And it almost looks like to me like a card that is, the message I'm getting is like disappointment, maybe of a past event and a needing to push forward to future endeavors. You know, in terms of manifestation, I think that really is what manifestation is about. I think people oftentimes look down upon the moments in life that are what Abraham calls contrasting moments, which is basically adversity. It's when things don't happen your way, or maybe they didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. And so people look down on those moments, but really those moments are there to teach you something. They're there, that really is the foundation from which new desires are born. So this is how we move forward in life. You wouldn't understand the good without the bad. And the bad helps you to see what it is that you truly desire. It really is there to point out to you your truest desires, which basically lead to your authentic self. It's a sign of what it is that you really want in life. Let me show you this Justice card. Look, you can see the scales on his head, and it looks like almost like a sword in between the eyes. All of this like sort of balancing work is really kind of going on in the head, in the conscious, and in the subconscious. It's all going on up there. And honestly, that is the tool that you use to create is your mind. So I love that this you know, seeing those scales on there is telling you that this is a mind game. This is a mind trick going on here, sort of, so to speak. Okay, so this card I know a lot about because my sun sign is Libra, and this card is about balance. Justice tells us that you will get whatever you deserve, no matter what you think is your just reward. If you're being if you have been fair in dealing with the situation, usually involving a personal relationship, you will definitely reap what you have sown. The same is true if you have acted unfairly toward another. If you should be involved in some legal action, this card indicates that the deserving side will win. Some of you might resonate with this if you are dealing with a specific person. It might be telling you to look at your own actions and how you acted in the relationship or even the other person. And no matter who was right or wrong, things will work out in a just and fair way. So, in other words, whatever you put out in that relationship is what you got back. So, if the relationship is giving you sour grapes, then I think it's a call to recognize the part that you play as well as the other person. Sometimes in life we want to heap all the responsibility on other people, but when you are on the journey, on a spiritual journey, you it's like because it's like that whole saying of becoming woke. You have awakened yourself to the fact that you are the center of your own universe. So if whatever's going on in your vicinity, including in people, especially the people that are closest to you, it is a direct result from what you yourself are putting out. And I know some people might think, well, like even in cases where you've had maybe an abusive partner, not just physically, but even can be emotionally, it really is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And in order to change these situations, you have to change your beliefs about yourself. In any relationship, if things have gone bad, whether it was you who did it or the other person, it is still a reflection of what is going on inside of you. So maybe this is the whole judgment thing. I'm feeling real relationship vibes here where some of you, maybe you did things in the relationship that weren't good for either party. Now you're really kind of having to face this fact. You're kind of having to have a real moment, like a come to reality moment about the part that you played in how this relationship is or turned out today. And just realize that if it's happening in your current reality, it is something that you've already manifested. You've manifested before. You can still start today and trying and manifesting something new, something better, something healthier. You can change your beliefs today. You can start today. Any day is a day to start anew. Okay, so the Fool, let's bring his card up. These are just like the coolest cards. The Fool card reflects the presence of joy, love, and wisdom yet to be applied in any practical sense. You may be in a place in life in which you are rather comfortable and free from worldly concerns. You can see like now I can see his arms are like back. It's kind of like he's flung himself into the world or situations. And I love this little guy down here. It's almost like he's looking on like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. He's like looking on in judgment. But is this oblivion to your surrounding circumstances wise? Courage, kindness, love, and beauty are all present, but there is also a certain unknowing about what the future holds and how all of these gifts may be applied and utilized. It's really kind of sounding like it's time to look at your own actions and looking at the part that you play in terms of how your life is unfolding, how relationships are unfolding for you. Are you accepting your own responsibility? Because I'll tell you, rule number one with being on a spiritual journey and manifesting is realizing that you are in charge and everything is you pushed out. Everyone is you pushed out. What that means is they are reflecting to you something that is going on deep inside. I know whenever once realized, I became woke and awake to the fact that I am on a spiritual journey and that the people around me are reflecting to me. I then went into situations going, okay, what is this situation telling me? Like if I'm having a bad interaction with someone, what is this saying about me and how I feel about myself? And if things were going good, that's another time to take stock and go, wow, this is a reflection of my own energy. Everything is a reflection of your own energy. And how you handle situations is a reflection of your own energy. Because sometimes you might be around people who like family are people that you don't really choose. Friends you can choose. So it's easy to look at your friends and go, I can look at all my friends and I can really see a general theme of what is being reflected back to me. My friends are spiritual, my friends are loving, my friends are supportive, they have high aspirations, they're dreamers, things like this. All of that is a reflection of what I see in myself and what is in myself. And maybe it could be even stuff that I don't see in myself that I can just look at them and go, wow, it could be a way to assess how things are going in your life. Maybe you have friends in your life who all they're about is the drama and they're stirring up drama in their lives. And then you can reflect that back on yourself and go, wow, am I leading my life that way? It also could be an indication. You can also look at the people around you and decide whether or not you want those traits. And you can decide to make a change. And some of those friends might drop away. You might make room for new friends that have the values that you have at the moment, currently now, that represent the new you. And in terms of family, family you don't choose. So you can still use this tool and say, is this a reflection of me? And maybe it isn't. Maybe you've moved far beyond it. But then it's all about what is your reaction to them? When you have people in your sphere, in your universe, so to speak, that don't reflect your own values, it doesn't really matter the things that they say and do. You can develop a detached demeanor regarding it and not let it hit you. You become Teflon around these people and they can be having their negative vibes in their own little universe, and even though you're around them, it just bounces off of you. You just have you form a protective shield and go, that's them and not me. But that again is part of your spiritual journey, is learning how to sit in your own universe and not let the things that don't resonate affect your universe. They might start wondering, how is it that you're able to do that? How is it you're able to still, be happy and enjoy life when all this stuff is going on? And you just go, hey, in my universe, things are great. I'm doing fine. That's what I focus on. I focus on the good. And the more you focus on the good, the more you attract that into your life. And I think that's what this is about. It's about saying, look, you've had some situations that probably didn't work out well, relationships that didn't work out the way you want, and maybe you participated in a way that you now see was not good for either party. You can decide to manifest new stuff in your life, and as soon as you decide, and as soon as you start changing your beliefs and thinking new things and pursuing new things, more of that's just going to come into your life. Okay, so that was the reading for this week, and it was definitely interesting themes about relationships. So remember that whatever's going on in your relationship, if you're not satisfied with where it's at, you can start today manifesting something new, and something new with the same person. or something new, starting fresh. It's up to you what you want to do. And stay tuned. I have many more videos coming up next week. Whatever questions you ask, I will do a video on. And so be sure to drop a comment down below and hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you next time.